Hey, what's up? I'm Cleo Sim. The most procrastinating simmer here on YouTube. Bring you another video in a timely fashion. Oh, I'm sorry. Welcome to one of the new series for The Sims 3. This is Random Legacy Challenge. I know this actually is dedicated to Yolanda. Is it Yolanda? Halima loves Sims Burks. Reason why is because Yolanda loves The Sims, but she hates the rules. She does like Upgrowth Challenge though. I'll leave a link in the description to her channel. I'm sure you guys know who she is anyway. She's one of my partners in crime. So if I'm not streaming myself or putting out a video, I'm usually over on her channel. She streams every day, if not every day, every other day. She streams anytime she gets a chance. And like I said, I'll leave a link in the description. You can come join us over there. But you're with me now. And so we're at Random Legacy. And the thing is that I used to be more like Yolanda. And it's like, I hate challenges. And then I started playing them and found out that I get more out of the game when I do that. So now I love playing challenges. So we'll add a few more to Sims 3. Right now we're just gonna throw in this one. So we'll have the Not So Berry Challenge, which is going very well, Legacy Challenge. We have the Sims 3 Ultimate Sims Challenge, which is not quite a legacy challenge, but it has legacy things going on in it. And I think it's going to mirror really closely to this, because some of the same stuff you have to do in there, you got to do in this. So I'm going to take you over to the page where you can get some more information about this challenge. So I'll meet you over there. Okay, so here is randomlegacychallenge.blogspot.com. It says revised stuffage May 2018. I'm using the revised part. If you go on down here, updated for classic and new rules. See, here's classic rules and roles. This is where you get all your information about how you're going to do this challenge. And this is what I call, it's not really an intro, but it's more or less a, well, what's this game about? Because introduction, you know, old, new, that's old school. This is 2019. We got to be a little bit more, you know, progressive and imaginative. So it's more of a, well, what's up? What's going on with this game? So this is what's going on with this game. Plus, it has something really cool that I like. We're just going to move over here to the app. Now, what you can do is you use dice. There's a lot of stuff you'll be rolling for, as you can plainly see. Marital roles, careers, number of children, generational goals, miscellaneous fun. That's not that much, right? As far as the topics. But look at all, I mean, you have all the jobs, all the different types of, I don't know what you call this. I'll show you what I got. How many children? This is all to start off with. These roles, this role right here is how you start the game. Now, you can roll all your die, well, all your rolls right here. Roll all 10 of them, and then you know what's going on for the entire game. So, I didn't do that. So when you roll, it says save checks. When you roll, it'll tell you what you get. See? Single parent would help. You can have 2 kids. You're going to be in the business career. Your second career can be as a vocalist. Don't ask me. Generational role, hobby or obsession, and hidden heritage, which that's going to be difficult if I have to give that. Now, you can go over here. See, it says classic roller. And you can roll there. And, you know, but anyway, it's all up to you. I will show you back on the pay, well, back on the game, what I got. So, this is what I got. I got, single parent, 2 children, acrobat, perfect children, live your trait. Okay, so, I have to explain a little bit what's about single parent. If I'm not mistaken, that means that you cannot have a partner while you raise your kids living in the house. You can have a partner, you can have a husband, you can have a girlfriend, you can have a boyfriend, depending on what your preference is for how you gonna run your family. I don't need that. Just these 2. Okay. Let me make sure I get this straight, because there's something in particular. It says, your single parent son may marry or have a live-in partner before the first child is born or adopted, but that spouse partner must be moved out of the household within 24 hours after the child is born or adopted. After the first child is born, male singles, we're not doing that because we're not male. The restriction on moving in the single parent's partner is removed once the youngest child reaches the midpoint of the teenage stage. 7 days for the unaltered normal lifespan if you tweak the teen's age. Anyway, we'll know when we get to the halfway point. So here it is. If I want, by the way, this is Aaron Restivo. I named her that for a specific reason. We'll get into it later. But anyway, if she wants to get married or she wants to have a boyfriend and they live together in this house, they live together in his house, whatever. But once she has a baby, they gonna have to split up as far as households go. They can't live in the same house until the last child is like a mid-teen. Then you can do whatever you want. So that's what I got for that. The next thing I got was 2 children. Okay, well, you're probably like, what does that mean? Full house. If you have to roll dice, you're gonna be upset. The children will be raised by the household, by the heir, and other adults as outlined in the family structure. The children can be biological or adopted, either officially adopted or functionally adopted. What's important is that they are raised in the household. Exceeding this number by having accidental twins or triplets is fine, but you must not have more children after that. So I only got 2, so I only have to have 2 kids. And I don't have to physically have them. I can adopt my kids, or the functional part is, you know how when you was growing up, I mean, I guess it still happens a little bit today. Whitney Houston's lifestyle is a good example of this. Remember when her daughter had that guy friend, and his family was going to move away, and he didn't want to leave his school and his friends, and so Whitney said, well, that's fine, he can come and live with me and Christina. That's what they're talking about as far as functional adoption. If you have a child, adopted or biological, and then let's say they have a friend that comes and they need, their family life is far from stellar, or you just find some kid in the neighborhood and it's like, hey, why don't you come live with us? Totally fine. That counts as your 2 kids. You can do that, which that's awesome. So there's your 2 kids. Acrobat goes without saying. That's going to be her job. She didn't have a second career role. You can, because let's say this is not the beginning person. This is like her granddaughter, and she rolls acrobat, and it's like, wait, my grandma was an acrobat. Now, you can be an acrobat again if you want. But that would be where you use your second career and be like, oh, well, I'll just be whatever it is, a journalist or something like that. That's what that means. But she's not going to have it because she's the heir. So perfect children. Perfect children is how I found out I messed up in the Ultimate Sim Challenge. And it's okay. I mean, girlfriend only has that one child. If you guys haven't been keeping up with that series, I don't know what to tell you. But she only had the one child by the burglar, because he was already old anyway, and he died during one of my my last live stream. He died. So I forgot to have the girl do the peg box and that little musical box thingy that drives everybody crazy. Let me find this. Perfect children, you have to do everything that you do in the Sims 3 Ultimate Sim. Oh, I'm stupid. It was right here. Okay. All Sim children must age up perfectly. This means you must be allowed to choose their traits at each new life stage, with the exception of the first two, since birth can be a bit random and out of your control. But if you read the books and stuff, you even have control over that if you want. I'll just tell you that right now. Note that it is not required to have all positive traits, but only to have had the option to choose all but the first two. So if I don't read the books or the pregnancy usually don't go well, like if you don't read the pregnancy books. Usually if you read the pregnancy books, you're good. So if I don't read the pregnancy books and the first two traits as a baby are bad, it's fine. In addition, each child must have max skills on the toddler and child toys. Specifically, they must have attained all 3 levels on the peg box, the xylophone. See, and this is how I found out I messed up. I went, I forgot that. The play table, and have read all 9 of the books. And obviously learned to Jimmy Sprockets. So if you guys have been keeping up, I can't remember, Ramona, I think that's her name. Ramona did not read all 9 of the books, and she didn't do the peg box or the xylophone. Which is, I can get away with that in the Ultimate Sim Challenge, but I can't get away with it here. So I will now probably always be remembering to add all that stuff. If you have generations, children must enroll in an after-school activity and must achieve the highest level. Teens must either enroll in an after-school class or get a part-time job, reach the highest level. Your teen may quit the job once the highest level is reached. Teens must also learn to drive from an adult. Boarding schools are forbidden for perfect children, as they won't be under your control if they are abroad. Perfect children applies to the children of the generation it is rolled for. If you roll perfect children for generation 2, it is generation 2 that must raise perfect children, and generation 3 who end up being perfected. So I rolled perfect children for generation 1. So right here is where I gotta do that. The other and last thing is live your trait, and I definitely gotta find that because I really didn't understand what that meant. Choose one of your heir's 5 traits to live by. The heir starting at young adult will have to do something every day that reflects this trait. They must fulfill any wish that comes up that they're related to this trait, up to 5 wishes a day. I'm going to have trouble remembering this probably. I'm going to have trouble remembering this. Okay. Do not complete any wish that will require you to break the income restriction rules. Like if it says quit your job, no. If your heir rolls more than 5 trait related wishes in a day, you only have to do 5, though you can certainly do more. It's not required to complete the wishes on the same day they are rolled, but try to complete them as soon as you can. Not every trait will be suitable for this role, so you must be sure when choosing traits for your heir that you pick one that can be used for this role. It must be a trait that allows you to actively do something every day for this trait and gives you wishes you can fulfill. For example, artistic, athletic, virtuoso, neurotic, good, evil, etc. are good. But clumsy, loner, can't stand art, lucky, unlucky, etc. are not good. Your heir can have these traits, but you must have one trait with related activities and wishes to choose as the dominant trait. Let's have a look at what she got going on. Whoops. That's not what I meant to click. Hopefully it's going to ignore me. Oh, it looks like it did. Oh, what am I doing? Well, I'm awake, aren't I? Okay, here's her traits. Workaholic is a trait. I think that's something that would be easy to fulfill 5 traits for. But artistic and athletic, as it mentioned, definitely. I think it's enough to pick one. Choose one. Ambitious means... I bet you I could find 5 mean-spirited traits. I bet you I could. But for the purposes of this let's play, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to pick athletic, because I think that'll be easy enough. Artistic, I mean, if I can have her do other things, but I want her really to focus on being an acrobat. I do not mind floating between artistic and athletic, but I think athletic is definitely going to help her with being an acrobat. And surprisingly, acrobat is one of the few, out of the 3 that came with Showtime, I think I might have completed it. And if I didn't, I was really close. I have not worked with the singer that much, not to completion, or the magician. I don't think I've done magician at all, really, as far, I mean, I can't, maybe level 3. But acrobat, I did have one in a legacy family I played long time ago. So, that is what's going on with what got picked. I show you how you can pick it. If for some odd reason that app does not work, you get some dice. There's virtual dice. You've probably seen me use them in the Upgrowth Challenge. You need a few. You need a few, depending on, I mean, if you had to roll for jobs, I mean, I think it goes to what, 25? Let me see. 45? 55. Okay. So, you rolling dice for this could get a little time consuming, I guess, but that is the other way. If that app does not work, how you get that done. And basically that's all that I want to do in this first part. It's just kind of, let you know what's going on. Here, you're a bit too high. And she looks a little distorted. I didn't have to, but I reinstalled my game to see if I couldn't get like a little better odds on maybe it running properly. You see how it's treating me right now? You see this? You see how it's treating me right now? Yeah, it's not treating me good. Anyway, this house, oh, here we go. The house was furnished, and I was like, I didn't like the furniture in it. I think I could probably get away with doing a little better. How would you put that? Floor management or something. I don't know how you'd say that, but I could probably renovate slightly, and I mean very slightly. I'm not much of a house builder, you guys know that. I can reno pretty good, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, I picked here, and we are in Starlight Shores. That is the world that came with acrobat, magician, and singer. So her house isn't going to be, in my opinion, Starlight Shores was very boring. I didn't think living there was all that exciting. So we're just going to work with this house right here. She'll have her 2 kids, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's it. This is what's going on with the Random Legacy Challenge. I hope you're as excited as I am, and looking forward to the real first episode. This is the what's going on episode, and then we will have an actual gameplay episode later on, and that will be part 2. So thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the channel. I hope you guys are going to enjoy what I've got going on for 2019. It is not all Sims. There will be some other games. We will be reiterating this in the new videos I put out until we get that video, and it'll be like, guess what? Here's a non-Sims video. So thanks for stopping by and supporting the channel. I'm Cleo Sim, and I'm out.